Hello. Good afternoon, or almost evening. I guess if you're on the East Coast, it's technically evening. So, good evening and good afternoon to the rest of you. I'm Brandon. This is Just the Gems. And Persona 4 Revival is coming out. And that's exciting to me. Persona 4 is my favorite Persona game. It is, in my opinion, just far and away the best cast of characters the series has ever seen. And it ranks pretty high in all series, honestly, the cast. The story is super compelling and dark and twisted and just compelling and exciting. And I know it's going to be, if you haven't played Persona 4, if you haven't played the original or Persona 4 Golden, I don't want to say keep an eye out. Try to avoid spoilers if you can, because there are going to be jerks out there that are going to be letting everybody know who the ultimate culprit is or whatever, because this is a murder mystery. And obviously, you would be better served if you didn't know that. I still think even if you've had it spoiled, there are still a billion reasons to play and enjoy Persona 4, especially with the remake, with Revival. 100%. There are so many reasons to enjoy it. So many other things about it than just like the twist or whatever you want to call it, the big revelation. So don't feel like it's completely ruined for you. But if you can somehow manage to go in to the experience untainted by spoilers, I recommend that you do your best to try and do that. It's got to be possible. I know there are people who somehow watch The Last of Us, the second season, without knowing the big thing that happens in like the second episode of that show, even though it follows the game perfectly. Like, I would have thought that those people would have been spoiled somehow. But I guess it kind of goes to show those of us on this platform right now, like those of you watching, and obviously me sitting here talking to you, we are a different kind of person than like probably most of the country, definitely most of the world. We're very online. Nothing wrong with that. It's fun. I have a lot of fun online. But most people are not, so they're not seeing this stuff that we are. But because we're very online, it's a minefield. We have to be careful where we walk, what we look at, because if we want to have an unspoiled experience with something like this, good luck in many cases, unfortunately. Good luck. Anyway, boy, how's everybody doing? Hope you all are doing good. Lou Rock, how's it going, man? How's it going? I'll tell you, I'm fighting off a headache. It used to be, so this is something I've noticed about aging, something I hadn't really thought of. But it used to be when I would have like a little bit of a headache at bedtime, I could go to sleep and sleep it off and wake up in the morning and feel great. Headache, forget about it. It's gone. That's not the case anymore. Like if I go to bed with a headache, I wake up in the middle of the night with a worse headache. So that is how I started the day. And it's just kind of been off and on. It usually happens when like the weather's changing and the pressure gets all messed up. And that's another thing about being old is the weather affects you more in weird ways. So I don't know. Yeah, no, the big bottle of Tylenol, I'm down. Let me tell you that 500 pill bottle of Tylenol, there are 2 left in the bottle as of right now. So I got to get my butt over to Walgreens or wherever and grab another one because the aches and the pains, they don't decrease. They don't slow down. They continue. They increase. It's it's a problem. Who designed aging? Like who decided that was a good idea? I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb. I think it's idiotic. We should just like when was my peak health? I'm really trying to think. Like when was I the healthiest that I've ever been? probably, I don't know, 22, 24. That's great. You know, like let's stick there. I want the experience, right? I want the life experience, the emotional maturity. I would not want to be friends with myself at 24. Like, I don't think that 24-year-old Brandon was like a cool dude. I think he was annoying and in so many ways. But like, I want all of the experience I've gained being comfortable in my own skin in my 40s, but I want to be that age because I would crush it. Like, I would just crush it, you know? Maybe that's why I play Persona. Yeah, role play as a high schooler. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think that's a big part of Persona, certainly, but also the JRPG genre in general, because, like, it's typically a young person. Like, often it's like if they're an adult, if they're in their early 20s, that's a shock. You know, you look at like Trails Through Daybreak, and Van is 25 or something, and he's an old man in the world of JRPG protagonists. And I think when I was younger playing those games, you know, playing older teenagers or like young 20-somethings, that was like aspirational because it's like, oh, they're cool. They're like, they've got it together. They're grown-ups. And it's looking back on it, it's like, no, they don't. Like, for example, I only ever really fully appreciated the story of Final Fantasy VIII when I replayed it in my mid 30s, because I was always confused by the behavior of the characters in that game. It didn't quite make sense to me. So I felt a disconnect. As a 35, 36-year-old playing it, I was like, oh, I get it now. They're dumb kids. Like, they're literal school children. They're doing and saying stupid stuff because they're kids. Like, that's how kids are. They don't have life experience yet. And I was able to like fully understand it, I think, in ways that I never could. Cougar, my man, how's it going? Day's been pretty good, pretty solid. Just trying to, you know, stay alert, awake, fighting off the pains, the aches and pains. Verso and Expedition 33, a little too much of a mirror. Yeah, the Sid Highwind, Auron. Yeah, the Auron thing was the most disturbing to me because I think he's supposed to be 35. I think Sid might even be a little bit younger, but maybe he's 36. I don't know, but like Auron is mid 30s, and you look at that grizzled old man, and you're like, he's 58, if anything. At the youngest, he's 58. Like, that, it cannot possibly be that he is 35, because I mean, I guess he seems to be something of an alcoholic. So he's probably not taking the best care of himself. I'm assuming because of the jug he carries, and I know it's a Ronin thing, but I'm assuming it's not just for show. I'm guessing he keeps booze in there, and maybe that's a crutch that he's been using for a long time. And I don't blame him. You know, if you play Final Fantasy X, he's been through it. He's been through a lot. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how long this is supposed to be. Let me see if I can pull up the information that they sent. If it says in there. Where is it? Is it in Discord? I don't know. Let's see. No, it just says starts 4 p.m. Pacific, ends dash. TBD, I guess. It's going to be a party. It's going to be a party. Once it's done, when everybody stumbles out drunk. Michael, what you walk into? Yeah, it is a full-blown existential crisis here. It's aging and playing as teenagers in video games to make ourselves, not necessarily make ourselves feel young, but to remember that time, you know, remember that time, fondly or not. It's a memorable time. Let's see here. What can I do? There we go. I'm gonna move this. I don't normally stream a lot, so I'm learning as we go. Like I stream with the podcast. We streamed with the podcast. And because I'm not primarily a streamer, I host that so that Emily and Dala don't have to mess with their streaming setups. And I realized when I set this up, I completely overwrote the preset thing that I set up for the podcast stream, thinking that I thought it was something else, and I didn't realize what I was doing. And so now I've got to recreate that. Very stupid. Very stupid. But it's okay. It's fine. I brought it on myself. I know. Oh, so what else? What else has been going on, y'all? Anything exciting? Anybody playing Elliot? Adventures of? I'm curious to see if people are grabbing that on day one or not. And it's kind of, depending on how you view it, it kind of falls outside the typical, JRPG purview. I mean, it harkens back to the Zelda, a JRPG sort of thing. And depending on who you ask, and even depending on how I'm feeling when you ask me, I might give you a different answer. But yeah, I don't know. Judgment on PS5. Okay. That's part of the Like a Dragon Yakuza, right? That's what I'm thinking of, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Saw the new Trails trailer today, and I see Inside the Towers. Yes, they are. They've got to be making Trails in the Sky third chapter. It's too important. It's too important of a story to not get in front of people if you're trying to get them on board the series from the beginning. And also, I'll be so annoyed because I've spent so much time telling people that it's a vital and important part of the story, and if they skip over it, they just are making a liar out of me, and I don't want to have to deal with the fallout from that. I really don't. Don't make me, guys. Come on, just make the game. I think they will. I think they're probably already well into development on Trails in the Sky third chapter. It'll be out next year. It'll be out easily a year from September. I almost guarantee it. It's going to happen for sure. Mina the Hollower. Yeah, I'm curious about that. I've heard really good things, obviously, because it's apparently a really good game. I never had any interest in it from seeing it and I think it's because of the Game Boy Color aesthetic of it. Like, I've never been personally drawn to that because I didn't have a Game Boy Color. I never experienced those sorts of games at the time. It was kind of during the weird, I don't know, it was a transitional period of my life. So I wasn't playing as many games, and I definitely wasn't playing handheld then. So that whole aesthetic never got its nostalgia hooks in me. So for that reason alone, I kind of wrote it off as something I probably didn't care about. But now I'm having to reconsider because everybody's saying how good it is. So yeah. Oh, David, you finished Wrestleriana. What did you think of that? I played that when it came out. I personally really enjoyed it. I have limited Atelier experience. I had only at that point played a little bit of Iris for the PS2, so way back. And then I played all of Rorona, and then I played Yumiya. So I have a decent span of different Atelier styles, but I liked Wrestleriana feeling a little more, I don't know, the combat felt a little more tactical to me, whereas Yumiya felt a little more button mashy, the having to cool down special moves thing. I don't know. I'm not as crazy about that style. It's fine. It's not really a big problem, but I don't know. That's where I'm at on it. I liked Wrestleriana. Wizardry Tale of the Forsaken Land. Tell me about that one. Is that so? I know Wizardry. At least I know it by name as a series, but I don't think I've ever played a Wizardry game. Not even a little bit. I really don't think I have. Which I'm pretty sure Wizardry was one of the. correct me if I'm wrong, I think wizardry was like one of the big inspirations that sort of created the JRPG genre, like the boom of console RPGs that we got starting in the 80s. I think it was because Japanese developers loved wizardry. I'm trying to remember what I read in the Guide to Japanese Role-Playing Games, that giant book from, what are they called? Shoot. It's over on a shelf somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where. I'm not going to get it. But you probably have seen the book. It's this massive hardcover book, which is really great, by the way, and I recommend you buy it. It's very, very cool. Oh, my voice too low? I did crank myself way down because I was afraid. Now it is louder. Let me know if that's better. Let me know. I'll probably have to remix it when the broadcast starts, because who knows how loud that's going to be. Coastal Spark, the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink demo. So how is that? Like, is it... I'm wondering if Grand Blue Fantasy is worth getting into if you haven't played like the fighting. You know what I mean? Like if you're not well versed on the lore, is it worth getting into? Just curious. Micah, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I don't distract you from your schoolwork too much. I can be a little irritating. So if I get on your nerves at any point, you turn that volume right down. You just crank that right down. Oh, Marcus. Oh yeah. Okay. Wizardry, first person dungeon crawler, decent story, cool art. Oh yeah. Okay. So Wizardry, I know they did, like, there was Japanese development on it, right? And is the Black Onyx, that's not a Wizardry game, right? That was just like another game that was maybe in the vein of it. I don't know. I'm all over the place right now. Sorry, guys. Hi, Jules. Welcome into the stream. Okay, you don't need to play the fighting game. It's a fun action RPG similar to Monster Hunter. Yeah, I played a demo of the original release of that Grand Blue Fantasy Relink when it was like coming on PS5, and it was just like the multiplayer, like taking down a big boss together basically, and it was fun. I was like, I could see like having fun playing this with friends, but I wasn't sure like if it would be a fun solo experience as well or what. So yes, I am also excited for Persona 4 Revival. I was saying it when I first started the stream, Persona 4 is my favorite Persona game. It is like leagues above the others, and the others are great. Do not misconstrue what I'm saying. Persona 3 I think is a fantastic game. Persona 5 I think is even better, but Persona 4 sits even above Persona 5 for me. And there are elements of Persona 4 that I don't like as much. Like I think the dungeon design in Persona 5 and just how interesting the dungeons are, light years better than anything in Persona 4 for sure. And from what it seems like, they're not really overhauling the dungeons in 4. They they're overhauling it compared to the original release, but they're not redesigning them to be more like Persona 5. Just like with Persona 3 Reload, it's still Tartarus that you're running through, but it is a better version of that. It's a fancier, more modern version of that. So I expect that to be the case. But even dungeon design aside, like the cast is so amazing. The story is really dark and twisted and cool in so many ways, and it's heavy sometimes, right? Like it's a funny game. It's like Persona has a good sense of humor about itself, but like it also can be really like intense, and it like tackles some heavy stuff, like heavy real world type stuff, which is cool to see. Like I don't know. It's just cool to see. I guess because it's a modern game, it shouldn't really be a surprise. Like a game set in modern times, like the real world, modern Japan. but yeah, it's so good. The music, yes. The music is great in Persona 3. I because of my, I think it probably has to do with my love of Persona 4. I love the music in 4 so much. It's like corny good, you know? Like if I don't know how to explain it. Like I could see people cringing at it maybe a little bit, especially like the lyrics and stuff. They, Shoji Meguro writes all his lyrics in English. He says because he doesn't want the Japanese players to be distracted by, listening to the lyrics, which I mean, a big chunk of your audience speaks English, bro. But if you, yeah. And the thing is with the performers on the Persona 4 soundtrack, their pronunciation of things is so rough sometimes that it's almost like I hear the craziest stuff in the lyrics, even though I know the lyrics, like I've looked them up, but like I hear the craziest things. And that's the one thing I'm kind of nervous about is that like I always have loved mishearing the music, like mishearing the lyrics. And now I'm kind of afraid that they're gonna fix that, or they're gonna have somebody sing it who like enunciates it a little more clearly, and I'm not gonna have that anymore. So it's fine. It's not a big deal, but that's one of the things. And I'll always have I picked up the soundtrack actually from a book off or something when I was in Japan last summer. So, we'll always have the original. Wizardry. Oh, bought by Japanese developers around 2000. Okay. I don't know. Are they still developing new Wizardry games, or has it kind of fallen by the wayside? I don't think I've recalled seeing any. But I mean, it's got such a like storied legacy. You'd think they would want to keep it going. But yeah. It beats you. 4's music was it beats you until you can't help but love it. I can see that. Oh man. So yeah, people were sharing what they're playing. I guess I can share what I've been playing. We've got a couple minutes here before it gets started. I have been playing a few games actually, which I usually don't do. I usually just play one at a time. But I've been playing replaying Chrono Trigger for the 120th time or whatever, because we're doing, the podcast is doing a spoiler cast for Chrono Trigger sometime. It's probably going to have to be next month, because this month is wrapping up quicker than I expected. And Emily and I at least are going to be at Anime Expo at the beginning of July. So we won't be able to do anything then. And that's also when our 100th episode is going to be coming out, is that week right after Anime Expo. So we need to do, I feel like we need to do something special for 100 episode count, right? Like that's a big deal, isn't it? I don't know. It feels like a big deal. So we should probably do something bigger for that. Don't know what. Open to suggestions for that, by the way. If people have thoughts on what we could do, either as a topic or like something special we could do as part of it, let me know. But yeah, so probably in July we'll do a Chrono Trigger spoiler cast. In case there's anything left to spoil in Chrono Trigger, people haven't had anything spoiled in the last 31 years. And I've also been playing Fire Emblem away rookie numbers 120 times. Look, okay, I mean, if we're counting every ending, like, running through it and just getting like quick endings, it's, increase that number, right? Like up that, double that, triple that. But full playthroughs, that's just Dalla's in the house. Oh, hey, Kaseki couple's here too. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I've also been playing Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS, which is great. This is exactly the kind of Fire Emblem game that I'm excited about, that I love. I know it's not a popular opinion in many corners of the internet right now, but I'm not as crazy about Three Houses. Like, it's a good game, I'm not saying it's a bad game, but like, wasn't as crazy about it. I'm actually much more of a Fire Emblem Engage type fan. I like that gameplay a lot more. and Awakening feels closer attuned to that than it does to Three Houses. So like with Fortune's Weave, I know it's like a sequel or whatever to Three Houses. It's got the multiple routes thing. So, you know, I'm not sure. I'm still getting it. I pre-ordered the collector's edition, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I want to think that like they took feedback to heart from like the more hardcore, like traditional Fire Emblem fans that like the older style of gameplay, and maybe they'll find a happy medium, because I think there's bound to be a happy medium that exists between Three Houses and like Engage or Awakening or whatever. But yeah, Awakening is great. Cool story. Like the combat is super fun and it's excellent. And then just last night, I started playing through Persona 3 Reload again, because I just Persona on the brain. Like I'm in the mood. So, hey, you know, got to do it. And it's great. Persona 3 Reload. I'm assuming probably at least many of you have played Persona 3 Reload. Definitely you should if you haven't. If you haven't played any Persona game, it's a great place to start, you know. Like the order I played, you know, 4, 3, 5 was the order that I played in. But I don't think it would be a bad idea to start with 3 Reload and then play 4 Revival and then play 5 Royal. You can definitely skip the original 5. That's not necessary. Just play 5 Royal. For sure. Dolly, you need to play 3 Reload. What are you doing, man? Do it. Yes, I have, Marcus, played Persona Q on the 3DS. I have not played Persona Q2, but I did play Persona Q, and I really enjoyed that. You know, it's like a fun little, like, feels like a fan fiction kind of story where it's like the casts of these two stories are coming together through weird, mysterious means, and it's like sort of a canon / non-canon story. They do some hand waving to like make it make sense, but yeah, it's a really cool game. I always get the music, like the battle theme from Persona Q stuck in my head all the time. I love it. Q2 is better, huh? Okay. Well, I have it, I think, right? Do I? Of course I do, right? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I do have it. So I could play it maybe after Fire Emblem Awakening. Maybe. You know, Dala, I think that Persona 3 Reload, I don't think it's going to take you 90 hours. Well, it might take you 90 hours. I don't know. Our game completion times do vary quite a bit from each other. But I feel like Persona 3, for me, FES, the PS2 latest version on PS2, I want to say it took me maybe 50 or 60. Definitely not as long as Persona 4 or Persona 5. And I think people generally have found that to be the case. Like, took it back immediately. Wait a minute. Now, what am I saying? My bro just likes to savor it. He savors the game. He savors. So 87 hours to get all the achievements in the base game. Okay. So that's like obviously a full like completionist type run. So that's good. That's a good like indicator. Give an idea of how long it is. Tales of Hearts, interesting. Sal, so Tales of Hearts are on the Vita is like a really good Tales of game. And I just kind of assumed for a long time that it was like a lesser entry because it was one of the handheld ones. It didn't get as much attention as the other Mothership entries. But like it's actually legit really good. And I do hope that they do something with it as part of the remaster project or whatever, because it's so weird that it's like stranded. I wish they dubbed it as well. It was like the one oddity about it because it's the only one that isn't, I think. Pretty sure it's the only one with voice acting that doesn't have an English version. But even without it, it was still really good. So highly recommend it if you have a Vita. And hopefully we will get some news about that coming back in some form It definitely needs more people to play it. Definitely needs more people to play it. I've never played Jeanne d'Arc, though. I've never played Jeanne d'Arc. I've heard good things about it. Jules, you need to play 3, 4, Tactica, and Strikers. I haven't played Tactica. I did skip Tactica. Well, I own it, but I haven't played it. I feel like that was like, there was a lot going on about that. People were talking about it, and then it just kind of fell off, and I didn't hear people talking about it anymore. I mean, honestly, that's just the state of the industry. Like, people move on to the next game so quickly now, and it's only the handful of really notable games that end up sticking around in the public consciousness, like, you know, Persona 5, for example. People with a Vita, Micah, should play Tales of Hearts R. Tales of Hearts R. I mean, if you like Tales of games, if you like action RPGs, if you don't, then I don't imagine it's going to appeal. But like, as a Tales of fan, it's a really good one. Tactic is good but repetitive. Yeah, I believe it. And it's a tactical game, but you only, from what I remember hearing, you only have like 4 people in your party. If that's true, that's really interesting. That seems odd for a tactical game. I'm used to the party size being quite a bit bigger. I guess Tactics, what is it, like 6 or 7? It's pretty small, I guess, compared to like a Shining Force or... Oh yeah, Vesperia Definitive is good. That's a good one, Micah. If you're starting there, you're starting in a good place. Like, if you play it and you hate it, chances are you probably just don't like Tales, because it's a good representative game of the Tales series, I think. They've got to be starting this thing any minute now. I'm excited. Are there any Atelier games that are challenging? That's a good question. I don't know. The ones that I've played have not felt challenging in that way. Like, the older ones that have a time limit, you could argue that that's a challenge, because you need to... It's a challenge in a different way. It's not necessarily challenging in the combat as much as, like, challenging in how you manage your time. Okay, let's try refreshing. That's a good point. There we go. There we go. I'm going to bring this down here, and then I'll bring it up. And you guys, of course, can tell me if it's too loud. I did not, Miami, pick up Chained Echoes yet. Part of me is just like holding out for the original version that I ordered. I ordered the stinking collector's edition from the crappy place that sucks. But no, I'll get the... I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and get it from Super Rare, because I'm just gonna have to. I don't know. How's the mix sound, by the way? I mean, I'm not going to be talking overly much during the stream. I don't want to like bug people that are trying to watch it, but try to get the mix as good as I can. "15 seconds. Oh, they switched to the crazy numbers. Here we go. Ta-da. Okay, wait a minute. That's a tease. Give us a countdown to start a new countdown. That's okay. Okay, thanks, Dala. Oh, the Midnight Channel. Yes, I'm so excited for people that haven't played Persona 4 to just get to experience in this like crazy cool, super slick way. I'm excited. 15 seconds. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, here we go. Oh! Just kidding, guys. I'm just acting. I'm not really scared.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Persona 4 Revival broadcast. This program introduces Persona 4 Revival, launching on February 18th, 2027, or P4R for short.
P4R.
But first, let's talk about the Persona series. Each title in the series is a standalone story with its own story and characters. Each can be enjoyed without needing to play in order. Persona 4 specifically is set in a quaint rural town. It boasts enduring popularity both domestically and internationally thanks to its catchy elements and pop atmosphere. The upcoming release of P4R is a full remake of the fan-favorite title, Persona 4. Whether you've played the original or not, we'll be sharing plenty of details about what makes P4R special, including its exciting new features. So be sure to stay with us until the very end.
You got it. Gotta stay with them.
The game takes place in the rural Japanese town of Inaba. The protagonist, a teenager who has just moved to this peaceful town,
would really show up here.
hears rumors of the urban legend known as the Midnight Channel.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
They say that your soulmate will appear if you stare into a television set on a rainy night. The protagonist gets curious and investigates this rumor. He is pulled into a mysterious alternate world hidden inside it. There, he uncovers clues tied to the serial murders and encounters strange creatures known as shadows.
There's been throwing people in here. It's becoming a huge problem.
They attack anyone who enters this other world.
I love that shadow. Big old mouth.
Cornered by a shadow, he awakens to the power within his heart, his persona. The protagonist then forms an investigation team, setting out to uncover the truth behind the serial murders and unravel the mysteries of the Midnight Channel.
Me too. Which means that we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in here.
And so begins an unforgettable year filled with friendship, adventure, and mystery in a quiet country town. Let me introduce the members of the investigation team.
Here we go.
First up is
Protagonist.
the protagonist. A sophomore in high school who, due to his parents' circumstances, has been sent to live with his uncle in Inaba. He's caught up in a series of mysterious murders and awakens to the power of his persona.
Big bro?
Yosuke Hanamura, the protagonist's classmate. Cheerful and reliable, he considers himself as the team's strategist. As a group's
Yosuke.
moodmaker, he helps steer discussions and piece together clues during their investigations.
Let's do everything we can, partner.
Chie Satonaka, an energetic girl who sits next to the protagonist. Friendly, passionate, and driven by a strong sense of justice, she loves kung fu movies and meat.
Excuse me? Another fried rice with extra meat, please?
I think they got a
Yukiko
good actress to kind of
protagonist's classmate
sort of
and
be the
Chie's
same sort of
childhood friend.
character
She
as
is
the
only daughter
original.
of a long-established
Doesn't quite
friend
sound exactly
and
the
a
same, but
standout figure at school.
but
She's
very
responsible,
close.
But she also has a bit of a spacey side.
Chie is also
and
my
often
favorite.
leans on Chia for support.
I want to wear these instead. Look, I even get a nose guard.
In addition to the investigation team, you'll meet many other unique characters.
How do you take yours?
Perhaps I'll pluck that hair
Margaret.
off.
One of them is the mysterious Marie. She may seem unfriendly and aloof, but in reality, she has a curious and outgoing personality. It seems she has some secret hobby she can't tell anyone about.
Why do you need to spend youth, though? Don't you have anything better to do?
Now that I'm getting
Just what kind of people will you meet, and what kind of relationships will you build? Enjoy the personal stories that unfold in Inaba City.
Well, guess I had to go smack those muggers around, huh?
Yeah, the new portraits are nice. They're very
During his
clean.
year in Inaba, the protagonist moves between two worlds, creating unforgettable memories while pursuing the truth behind the case. In the real world, he lives the life of a Japanese teenager. Daily life and encounters with people lead to the growth of both the protagonist and his persona.
Hey, I'm no man!
In the alternate world within the Midnight Channel, the investigation team uses personas strengthened by real-world experiences to battle shadows, exploring and taking on the challenge
Heartbeat
of solving the
Heartbreak.
case.
Let's beat 'em up!
Life as a teenager is full of new experiences and encounters.
I will say I do feel like
School activities,
I can still mishear the music like I did in the original. Some of the songs I've already heard just in this presentation. It's like, yeah, I can still mishear this the way I need to for it to be funny to me.
hanging out with friends, or forming new relationships. Inaba's abundant nature also offers experiences unique to the town. By interacting and deepening your bonds with the townspeople, you can build your social links.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm glad they fully voiced all the social
As
links.
your bonds grow stronger, your persona abilities
It's always crazy
will
to me in
improve.
5 that
You'll acquire skills
they're
that
not
give
fully
you
voiced
advantages
except for
in
like the
battle,
last 1 or 2.
and your power to fight in this other world will grow.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking.
All voice acting in this title has been newly recorded, and not only the main story, each social link and new event will be fully voiced. We hope you enjoy the even more captivating encounters and daily life.
Tempted to make it my own.
As you gain more experience, the protagonist's social stats will be refined. Depending on these parameters, the part-time jobs you can take on and the range of social links you can have will vary. Who you meet and what you do, your choices will help the protagonist grow. The alternate worlds depicted on TV take on various forms. The shadows roam these realms.
I always like this song. I know it's barely in there. It's
Your
just
mission
like
is to explore these worlds,
in the mission
battle
prep
the
section.
shadows, and rescue missing people.
You all came to rescue me?
If you attack when the shadow is off guard, you can start the battle with a preemptive strike and gain the upper hand.
Okay,
You can win this!
On the other hand, if you are attacked by a shadow, they will strike first, so you must be careful.
Aw, crap! 2 enemies! They're attacking us first!
A new guard action has been added in this game. You can guard against attacks and strike while the shadow is flinching, or avoid combat altogether. Use strategy to navigate this alternate world. Battles are turn-based command battles. If you hit a shadow's weak point, it will go down, and you can take another turn. Persona. Furthermore, if you knock down all the shadows, you can initiate an all-out attack, dealing massive damage.
One thing I'm bummed about is I know that like they did this in Persona 3 as well, and they did it in Persona 5 Royal.
In this game, new features
They
have
changed the
been
battle
added to
theme
this
for
turn-based battle
when
system,
you get
evolving into
a
an
surprise
even more
attack.
exhilarating and intense battle
And
experience.
I love the main, like the original battle theme, and so I never hear it. I only ever hear the new version, the new song, because I always do it. Like, why would you not do an advantage? Why would you not attack the enemy before the battle starts?
Look for opportunities
So,
to
like,
knock
that's a
them
bummer.
back
I wish that you
and
could
take them all down
change
at once.
the music. Like, which track do you want to play for, you know, surprise attack versus regular whatever, you know?
Coordinate with your team
That's
to
the
chain
sort of
knockbacks.
quality of life feature I
Baton
want to
Pass
see.
makes it easier to team up with allies to take down enemies. Experience the thrill of coordinated teamwork by leveraging your team's unique
Yeah, Sal, I
strengths.
agree about the dungeons. I was kind of hoping that they would do them up in a more like,
When the
you know,
gauge fills,
Persona 5 way,
unleash
but
the powerful prime time.
That's okay.
overwhelming enemies with a barrage of relentless attacks. During prime time, all skill costs drop to 0.
I'm glad they're
You can go on the offensive and
adding new
overwhelm them
features and
without
stuff
giving
too,
them a
though,
chance
like
to
they did in
fight back.
3 with the
Finish with a
forget what it's called.
spectacular prime-time finish
Special
and
move
deal
things you can do.
massive damage.
Prime time
Enjoy
easy
the
mode.
thrill of wiping out your enemies. With new features added and battles powered up, be sure to give it a try.
Wabam.
The power
Third,
of the
yeah, that's
heart.
it.
Persona. The power you awaken by facing the shadow self you have repressed and finally accepted.
What to do?
Normally, each
What to
person
do?
can wield only one persona. But with a special ability known as Wild, the protagonist can freely switch between various personas. Each persona has its own unique skills
Is it called
and weaknesses.
Wild, or is he the wild
And by
card?
switching between them to match the characteristics of your shadow, you can gain the upper hand in battle.
Let's see.
Furthermore, as you fight more battles, your personas level up and learn new skills. Collecting
Yeah,
and
wild
leveling
card.
personas expands your strategic options.
Because everything is on like the tarot,
The Velvet Room.
so it's
is a
all like
special
card
space accessible
themed
only to the
anyway, and
protagonist.
so you're the wild card, so you can summon different personas.
Here, you can perform persona fusion to combine the protagonist's personas. Combine various personas through trial and error
Love Igor.
to create your very own ultimate persona.
What a good little goblin dude. Also,
Persona
thoughts,
4 Revival
Limo,
preserves
best
the
Velvet Room?
best
I
of
think
the
Limo is
original
best Velvet
while
Room.
adding new elements. For everyone watching this program, we present a message from the game's producer, Kazuhisa Wada.
Is he going to be at Anime Expo? Is he one of the guys that were?
Hello,
I gotta look.
my name is Kazuhisa Wada, general producer of the Persona team. Persona 4 builds on a new direction established by Persona 3, refining it into something with a completely different color.
I gotta find my.
While the core gameplay systems are similar, it offers an experience that feels entirely distinct from Persona 3.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna meet him, everybody. I'm gonna meet him in a couple
Unfolding
weeks.
a quiet rural town, a premise that might sound heavy on its own. But paired with warm, endearing characters, the bonds they forge, a vibrant yellow color palette, and an upbeat, energetic soundtrack, Persona 4
Yeah, I love the UI.
becomes
So
something
good.
truly one of a kind. A coming-of-age mystery unlike anything else. Even nearly 20 years later, it continues to be loved by audiences all around the world. That's exactly why we wanted to bring it to even more players using the expressive power and accessibility of the modern Persona series. At the same time, we aim to preserve the original experience while bringing the Persona 4 people remember back to life in an even more vivid way. With that vision, we began development on Persona 4 Revival. Throughout development, what we valued most was faithfully delivering the atmosphere players felt back then. The pastoral charm of the rural town of Inaba, the everyday conversations with friends,
I think the good thing
and
about
the gradually
Revival,
unfolding mystery and human
like,
drama.
one of the good things is like
All of these elements
because
form the
Golden is
heart
now
of the
so widely
experience,
available on
and we've
everything.
carefully
Like for people that prefer the original, it's
down
like
to the
there's a
finest
really
detail.
good, easy way to
At the
play
same
it now.
time,
You know,
the
like
gameplay
before it was
itself
stuck on the
has
Vita. So
evolved significantly to meet modern standards. From
I have
UI
played Persona 1 and 2,
improvements
but
to
just
more
like
refined battle pacing
a tiny
and
bit.
enhanced dungeon playability, we've
Tiny
focused
little
on
bit.
creating a
like
smooth,
probably less than
stress-free
3
experience.
hours for both.
As a team, we are fully committed to delivering something that feels both nostalgic and new. And the Persona series music has always played a vital role in shaping both the story and the overall gameplay experience.
Miami, I don't know
Persona 4
about the
is no
collector's
exception.
edition. Like,
Its soundtrack is an
I got the
integral
Persona
part of
3
what makes
Reload
the game so
collector's
memorable.
edition,
For this
and
project,
I felt like
we
the
refined
statue,
all
the
the
Iba,
original
or
tracks while
Iba,
preserving their
I guess,
core appeal.
statue
All
was
vocal and battle
was just,
tracks
it was
have
like
been
not
newly
very good
rearranged
quality.
with
Like for the
full
price, it was like $250 or
Occasional
something.
fine-tuning to better
So
match
I
the
don't
game's
know. It's just like it's a
presentation
lot.
and
But I
pacing.
mean, that steelbook is fire. It is
We've
just like
also created
truly,
a number of brand new
truly
tracks,
gorgeous steelbook.
including the opening
But it's
theme
again, it's
and
like
battle music.
$250. So it's like I don't know.
We're
I
confident
just don't
that
know.
both newcomers experiencing Persona
Are you getting
4
it?
for the first
Anybody
time
planning to get the
and
collector's
longtime
edition?
Fans of the series will find plenty to enjoy in the music. We'll be sharing more details about the soundtrack in the future, so please stay tuned. Persona 4 Revival is a title we can confidently recommend even to those who are new to the
Yeah,
Persona
exactly.
series.
This economy.
At its core, the experience blends deepening bonds with friends in everyday life, with facing the extraordinary, all woven together with a compelling mystery. It's a combination that's easy for anyone to connect with and truly captures the essence of the series. The characters in particular feel incredibly vibrant and alive. It's genuinely a game everyone should experience at least once.
But then again, it's like one of my
At the
favorite
same time,
games.
we've included plenty of elements that will feel fresh and
So,
surprising even for those who've
there's
already
some
played Persona
justification if
4
I were to
or Persona
splurge
4
on it.
Golden.
For that reason.
I've personally played the game many
I don't know.
times.
I don't know.
Know it inside out. Yet during testing, it still felt new. I even found myself genuinely enjoying it despite it being work, which is pretty rare. Of course, there's new content, but even beyond that, the enhancements and overall presentation bring a level of immersion that exceeded my expectations. I think players will come away feeling that it's familiar yet new.
Yeah, the art style in P6, I imagine it's going to be kind of in line with what they've been doing. I think that's what part of the reason they've been doing it is to kind of unify the modern Persona series. You know, even though the original Golden was pretty old, like that UI was still really good for at the time. Like you could already kind of see the beginnings of their design ethos developing even back then.
All right. Just don't overdo it.
Please, I'll be fine. Let's attack now. Let's do this.
I think Brianna Knickerbocker was like the perfect casting choice for Yukiko. Like fits it to a T.
Well, I was just having him try my bento.
Besides, I'm more the advisor type, you know?
Oh, you should make a flower too, big bro.
Persona 4 Revival will be launching on February 18th, 2027.
Well, I'm totally in.
We hope you enjoy an irreplaceable year in a peaceful country town.
But it's not really peaceful, guys. There's murders. Don't let them fool you.
A limited physical collector's edition is available for pre-orders. Please check with retailers for more details.
I gotta get it, I think. I gotta sell some stuff. I should sell some things to justify it. Yeah, I think Nanako's voice is actually pretty solid. It's, you know, still obviously like an adult woman playing a 6-year-old girl. Sometimes I kind of wish they would just, I don't know, hire a kid. Even if they like don't do a great job as kids, like still, you know, just hire a kid. Hang on, I lost my chat. Where'd you guys go? There you are. There you are. Okay. Oh man. Well, so what did we think? What did we think? I mean, nothing really new. Just, I mean, new footage, new confirmation of some things. I guess we did learn a little bit more about some of the differences in the combat, the little tweaks that they made. Nothing crazy over the top, crazy insane. My recommended streams. Emily, of course. Kit and Krista. Charles Cornell, if anybody out there likes music, by the way, and especially music in games, his channel is just so cool. He breaks down classic game songs, and he's a genius. I love him. But yeah, the combat looks really cool. Obviously incorporating things from 5, just like 3 did with the baton pass and some of that. Yeah, I get to hear some of the voice acting was cool. Hear how the characters or how the new actors sound. I think honestly, like, I didn't hear anything jarring. I think the one that was maybe the most different, it's hard to even say that it's that different, but was Teddy. But I think that it'll be a more bearable voice. Pardon the pun. That was intentional. Pun intended. Okay. But yeah, nothing against the original Teddy's voice actor. I think he did well. I think he was just like, instructed to be really over the top. But it sounds like they're reining it back a little bit. So I accept that. But yeah. Yeah, I think if you've played Golden, I don't expect there's going to be much in here that's going to be shocking. It's not going to be really surprising. Yeah, it wouldn't be a Brandon stream without a dad joke. I'm actually not a father, which is the thing about it that's maybe the most controversial. Yeah, Coastal, I never played the PS2 version, so I have not experienced the original voice actor. But yeah, the new content. Yeah, I'm wondering what they mean by new content, Sal, because if it's new, like, vital story content, that's a lot different than just like, here's a new, are they talking about like the fishing? I'm trying to remember if there was fishing in Golden. Was there fishing in Golden? I don't know. Maybe there was. I don't know. There was fishing. Okay. So yeah, not that then. I don't know. Yeah, I know it's jarring sometimes when the remakes come out and they recast. In a way, though, I kind of get it. Like, it's sort of like, it's been so long, right? It's been like 15 years since that game came out, even longer since they recorded it all. And it's like, people's voices change over the years. Like, I don't sound anything like I sounded in my mid-20s. I'm much more gravelly now. And if I played a teenager then and you asked me to play a teenager now, I don't think anybody would buy it. So I kind of get it. And maybe it's like they recast everyone so that they don't have to make the hard decision of recasting just certain roles. And some of it, I'm sure, is budget. I'm sure some of it is budget. If they can get away with hiring younger actors that don't have as long of a resume, I'm sure it's a bit cheaper. I mean, they do have some like longtime actors in the cast, though. Like I mentioned, Brianna Knickerbocker. She's been like a voice actor for, I don't know, for quite a while now. If not for a long period of time, she's played a million roles, like big roles. So she's definitely not a newcomer. Yeah, I mean, you're right about it too. Times. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Yeah, the spin-off titles and everything, like, there's a lot of stuff out there with the Persona 4 Golden cast. And they, really, they do a great job. There's also the anime. I don't know if anybody here has seen the anime, which is, I think, phenomenal. Possibly like the best video game adaptation anime I've seen. And it's like a top tier anime, even outside of just like game adaptations. Persona 4, very good. They also did a Persona 4 Golden anime, which was just like the golden parts, like just the part that's different from like, so it's not the story again. It's interesting. It's not the story of Persona 4 again. It's just like episodes that take place throughout the course of that story, but like with Marie and like the golden specific stuff inserted into them. So it's interesting how they chose to do that. But I mean, Persona 4, man, for a while they were going all out with the Persona 4 cast. They were everywhere. So many games, so many media properties with the Persona 4 cast. And I remember it was the same thing after Persona 5 came out when people were like, okay, enough already with the Persona 5. Like, let's go on to the next thing. And they did the same thing with 4. You know, it was like people, I was never sick of it because I love the cast of Persona 4 so much, but people were complaining constantly about how oversaturated Persona 4 was and how they needed to get on to the next one. They gave us that teaser for Persona 6, so hopefully it's not like what happened when they gave us that teaser for Persona 5 way back in the day with the chairs. Anybody remember the chairs with the shackles around them saying, "Do you want emancipation?" And then it was like 8 years before we actually got the game. Hopefully that's not what's happening right now. And it's actually, I could accept it being 2 years out, but more than that, I would almost rather not have seen anything. Because like we know it's coming, you know, we know that they're making a Persona 6. They'd be crazy not to. I think the only way we would think that they're not making a Persona 6 is if they said, we are done with Persona, we're not making anymore. So we're always going to assume that the next Persona is probably in the works. Yeah, I'm curious about 6 though as well. Like the art style, how's it going to look? It's seeming like it's going to be a darker tone, maybe more like 3 than like 4 or 5. I mean, 3 isn't all dark, but there's definitely, if you compare 3 to 4 to 5, there's definitely a tonal difference. 4 and 5 are a little more on the bright, optimistic side, and 3 feels much more, you know, it feels darker. It feels darker to me. So I'm curious if 6 is going to go back to that, or if it's going to maybe bring back some more of that like Shin Megami Tensei weirdness. I mean, Persona still has some SMT weirdness to it, but I feel like particularly Persona 1 and 2, with the little bits that I played and then having seen much more of them through videos and things over the years, definitely feels like Persona 1 and 2 were much more aligned with like traditional SMT. So that'll be curious. I will be curious to see if 6 is going in that direction. I think that would be interesting. A way to mix it up a little bit. I know people were disappointed. I was kind of disappointed that it's still a cast of high schoolers. They've confirmed daily life in Japan as a Japanese high schooler. Just because I kind of would like to see a different period of life. But I think if they're going to set it in Japan, that's probably, it will always be high schoolers, because at least from my understanding of Japanese society, and Dala and maybe others can correct me if I'm off base, but with Japanese society, I think for the most part, you know, you have the most freedom you'll ever have as a 16-year-old in high school. Like once you get into college or get into the workforce, trying to create a game with the sorts of things that you do in Persona probably just isn't feasible, or it's much more difficult. So I guess I kind of get that. But at the same time, I wouldn't object if they like set it in France, you know, or England or America or Canada. Set it, you know, you can set it somewhere else even. It would be interesting to see like a Japanese take on a more Western life experience sort of thing. I think that would be fun. I don't know. Well, y'all, this was fun. I maybe should stream more often. I don't usually do this, but this is kind of fun hanging out, chatting at y'all. thank you all so much for hanging out and watching the broadcast with me. And I hope I'll see y'all again soon. If you don't, well, you probably are here because you've seen the podcast or my channel. But if you haven't listened to the podcast, the JRPG Pursuit, give us a listen. We're here on YouTube. So yeah, thanks everybody. Now I got to figure out how to end this stream. Bye.